Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Magic Bricks Hangout series. Our endeavor is to trigger a buy and bring back consumer confidence in the real estate market. The topic of today's session is legal due diligence when buying a property. And to discuss on the same, we have Mr. Amiranjan, Principal Associate at Dua Associates. Amiranjan is a manager at Dua Associates and has been practicing law since 2006. He holds a bachelor's in history honors from Delhi University and a bachelor of laws degree from Faculty of Law, University of Delhi. He is also a member of the Bar Council of India. Ami is a corporate lawyer and primarily advises foreign companies to invest and operate in India. His experience includes advisory in matters relating to corporate laws, foreign exchange laws, real estate, labor laws, establishment of subsidiaries, and other legal practices in India, formulating entry strategies for setting up business in India, among others. He has also handled M&A and joint venture transactions. I also welcome Neha Nagpal. She's a senior journalist working with Magic Bricks. Over to you, Neha.
Thank you, Pushpa. I welcome Mr. Amiranjan on the board today. Mr. Amiranjan, we have a forum where there are a lot of legal queries pours in, every day. We can also say that, at every hour we see a lot of queries coming in. We know that across India, the real estate market is going through a little, slum phase, and there is a stock available in the market, a lot of stock available in the market, and because of the reason majorly behind is the late deliveries in the past, and there is a lot of stock which is yet to come up as well. And I see queries saying that they have invested about 10 years ago and they still haven't got the projects. So people are stuck basically. They say that their hard-earned money is literally stuck. So what do you have to say about it? What kind of queries you receive pertaining to real estate sector in terms of residential specifically?
Okay, Neha, first of all, thanks for inviting me to this forum, and I'll try to be as helpful as I can. See, you're right. Means this probably the demand is lesser than the supply, so that is the major problem. And add to that some builders who are not actually providing the projects on time. So a consumer who has put all his life's earning into a project and they still have to pay the EMIs and they still have to pay the rents. So that is a problematic situation. Now, see, there are three things which I will initially like to advise. First is that whichever property we are going to buy, we need to do a thorough due diligence on that. Due diligence also one is on the property and as well as on the builders. So the person from whom you are buying, you should look at his antecedents, that how promptly he has given the last project, what are his plus points, his negative points. Now, as far as you are asking the queries which are coming to us, see, there are in fact a lot of inquiries to us lawyers regarding what kind of claim they can make against the builders in consumer courts, especially in the light of that Competition Commission ruling in DLF and another ruling by Consumer Court. So these are the things which a consumer should be careful of while they are going to purchase a property. So what is the penalty clause in case of delayed delivery? All these things are very essential.
I think we have lost connection.
Yeah.
Neha. Yes, Mr. Ranjan.
I was just emphasizing that someone is putting his life's earning in a project, so he should be very careful of from which builder he is buying, the property which he is buying, whether it's legally all right or not. Means you have had a look at all the documents. And as far as queries you were asking, I was just explaining that before we lost you, that queries, in fact, a lot of queries we are getting these days that, okay, what are the actions which probably they can take against the builders? There's any damages, loss claim, especially in the light of these 2-3 rulings which has come out. So these are the kind of queries which are getting a lot from the client.
Right. Sir, let me just start taking up the queries now. There are a lot of live queries I can see coming in our inbox today. This Sandhya from Mumbai, I have seen flat in Berar in load bearing. Builder is ready to give all the documents, registered legal copy. How do I confirm the documents are legal?
Okay, see, first of all, whatever document they are providing means you can check it at the sub-registrar office that whether these are right or not. Like if the builder has purchased a land on which this building is being constructed, so that land would give you the details of the sub-registrar registration details with the sub-registrar. So you can visit the sub-registrar office, or probably you can take help from some lawyer or someone who can help you out in this. And you can go and check that whether all the documents which he has provided is the original or not. So in the sub-registrar office, you can have a look at the original copy as well. So you can verify it from there.
Right. So when we talk about the legal due diligence, I would like you to tell the consumers and what all documents are really important before they should invest in a property. Basically, you spoke about the title and all that, but the specific documents are very much required so that there should be no legal hassle a consumer should face.
Okay, see, title search is certainly one. Then you should also look at the the purpose for which the land is there, means the users of the land, means whether it's a residential or not. Secondly, the building plans which the builder has got, whether they have been approved or not. Now, if let's say the flat which you are purchasing is ready to move in, then whether the completion certificate has been provided or not to the builder. So these are the other essential things which you need to look into.
Right.
The building plan, completion certificate, users of the land.
Right. There's a query from Ashish Singh from New Delhi. He's saying how to check property papers to avoid any legal hurdle. As a buyer, what are the things I must keep in mind while buying a property, basically? Again, those questions are coming in, sir. If we talk about, talking about putting it into 5 steps, what all one should check in terms of, can you just explain our users in detail once again so that, this.
Okay, let's say 5 steps. I will also give you not only legal, but the first and foremost is the reputation of the builder. First, you should certainly check that what other projects he has provided. So you can in fact go and have a visit there. You can talk to the local residents there that okay, whether whatever he has promised he has delivered or not. Secondly is the title search, means the land on which the property is being erected. You should need to check that would okay, whether it's a freehold property, leasehold property, what all promises builders are giving you. Because when you are seeing at the leaflet, a lot of time you will see that the freehold is being advertised, means they will make a special column that is a freehold property. So you need to understand that what is a freehold, what is a leasehold, what are the rights you are getting in. So that all you can do through a title search. Then you need to see the users of the land, that the purpose for which the land has been allotted, or what is the users in the master plan, and whether it is according to that or not. You need to see the building approvals, building plan approvals, that okay, what are the till what height it was, what is the FAR ratio and all that. Then you need to see if it is ready to move in, then certainly the completion certificate as well. So these are the 4-5 things which you certainly need to have a look at before you decide to purchase the property.
Okay, sir. There's a case from a user. He says that I purchased a property in Greater Noida without noticing that the property is leasehold.
Okay.
I was basically looking for a freehold property. How do I get the leasehold property converted to freehold property? Is it possible?
See, it is certainly possible for that, but for that, the Greater Noida City has to come out with a scheme that you can get it converted. Right now, as far as I know, this is not available. Even in Noida, getting it freehold is very difficult. So Noida and Greater Noida, yeah, it's more of a leasehold. So unless the authority comes out with a scheme in which freehold is allowed or conversion of freehold is provided, it's not possible.
So the consumer has to wait till it is,
yeah, the certain scheme comes out.
This she's asking residential plot. I wanted to know which are the legal approvals I should need before buying in Mumbai. Do you think that checking the documents does really vary from city to city? I'm sure it does.
Certainly it does, but see, it means apart from some basic procedural things, the crux of the matter would still be the same. Means if you're buying a residential land, you will need to see the title. So for title also, you should ideally not go only to the last buyer, but your title search should be at least 15, 20 years back. So how that chain has been, how the present owner has come to the ownership. So you should go at least 15, 20 years back through the sub-registrar office. So that is one. Then again, the users of the land and all those things. So more or less it would be same city-wise, but yeah, procedural things could certainly be different in Maharashtra and Delhi and Noida.
Okay. There is a query from Vaishali. He's saying, what are my options if I have stuck in a legal hassle with my builder? The case is he actually increased the carpet area without informing me. He's asking for extra money for the increased area.
Sorry, can you please repeat that? Your voice was just breaking.
Sure. Can you hear me clearly now?
Yeah.
Mr. Ranjan, there is a case from Vaishali. She's saying her builder has actually increased the carpet area without informing her. He is asking for extra money. So what are the chances, options if he actually gets stuck in the project with the builder? In a legal basically.
Yes, see, for this actually we will need to look at the agreement which they have signed with the builder. That what does the agreement say exactly? Based on that, we can certainly suggest that what action can be taken.
Okay. So, I mean, it depends upon the agreement which she has made.
Certainly, it depends.
And she can always
If there is a clause which provides that, okay, you can do, the actual carpet area may later on be changed according to the way the building is constructed. So we'll have to see that clause. So if it is provided, then certainly the builder has a right to do it. So we'll have to see that what does the clause exactly say.
Right. There is a query from Bushi. She said, what is the documentation process and formalities regarding buying a bank of flat? She has come across a flat that has been auctioned by a bank.
Auctioned by a bank. So is this a sale under SURFACE Act? Okay, anyways, see, the point is that if it is an auction through the bank, generally you will find in the auction notice that it is written that as is where is basis. So you actually can't do much of due diligence on that, but what you need to ensure is that the auction process which the bank has been involved in, that auction process is proper or not.
Okay.
Why I'm saying that is that when the bank takes a land on mortgage, banks do their own DD. So the DD part is more or less covered, but because borrower can always challenge the process through which the land has been auctioned. So that is one problem area which you need to ensure with the bank, that the process through which the auction, like notices and other things, so all these things have been properly followed. Like, I will just give an example. Like, you have to give a notice in both English and Hindi newspaper, which is widely circulated. So you need to ensure that this has been done properly. Otherwise, this is a ground for disposal of that auction. And why I'm saying that is because we have faced one case in which a borrower, one of our client purchased the property, but bank had not followed the proper procedure, and it was struck down.
Okay. You're saying that actually do the diligence on their part, but why bank the process is visibility or not? The process is obviously adding the English both newspapers.
This is just one.
Other than that,
see, we will have to see that under which act this auction is taking place. But if you see, generally the things would be like valuation, because valuation is a very important aspect. Let's say the property is, bank values it at 30 lakhs and the loan is of 50 lakhs. So the borrower would always argue that, okay, you could have sold it at 40 lakhs and my outstanding would have just been 10 lakhs. But now because you have sold it at 30 lakhs, my outstanding is now 20 lakhs. So the valuation is another aspect on which they can haggle on. So these are the things which you need to ensure with the bank.
Right, sir. There's a way just Noida. He's from Noida. We have seen too many legal issues occurring in NCR pertaining to land acquisition. Buyers have been protected due to this? How do we ensure that we are buying a stock?
No, I'm just not. Your voice was breaking. Can you just repeat that question?
Sir, am I not audible?
No, it's breaking sometimes.
Okay. Let me take a
Yeah.
quick. The person has an issue in terms of buying a property in Delhi NCR. The person says there's a lot of problem which face pertaining to land acquisition in Delhi NCR. So he's saying that buyers have been largely rejected due to this because of the late deliveries. So he's got a query here. He's asking that my project is set aside for 4 to 5 years, and I am required I am eligible to get these 5% of the late delivery charges from the builder, but the builder is not paying. So what is this you can really?
See, for the query that what action can he take against the builder for non-payment of that 5% debt penalty? For that, he can either go to the consumer court or he can also go to the civil court against breach of contract, because this was something agreed through a contract. So it's a breach on the part of the builder. So you can file a case against the builder on this. Now,
So the person can file a case against the builder in the court, right?
yeah, in the court.
Okay. So we have a question from Ranjan. He says real estate is one of the fastest growing sectors in India. Evidence to start with real estate transactions involving buying, leasing, and financing properties. How should we do due diligence on a legal basis? In terms of
I don't. There's some problem with the voice. I'm not able to hear you clearly.
Pushpa,
Mr. Ranjan, what you can is click on the section. It's only left hand your screen.
Sorry.
Just click on the keyboard. It's only left hand your screen.
Yeah.
Just click on the Q&A section. You will be able to see the queries there. These are the live queries.
Okay, just one second.
Yeah.
am I on?
Yeah, it's again a bit. It's breaking a bit.
Even Pushpa's voice also.
Yeah, which question we are dealing right now?
Let's take up the Dina from Mumbai.
Dina from Mumbai.
Let me read a
Yeah.
I'm at the bottom now. Do the owner or a lessee have a sufficient authority or interest right to enter into transaction involving property in question?
No, I didn't get you. No, sorry. Does a
Do the owner have sufficient authority or right to enter into transaction involving property in question?
no, Mrs. Owner certainly has the right to enter into a transaction relating to the property.
Okay. So what should the owner mind before acquisition of his property?
Okay, you are saying that there are two owners to this property.
Right. What terms and conditions should be there to avoid any legal dispute with the other owner?
Okay.
There are two owners. There is a
two
co-owner.
Now, see, if there is a co-owner, then both the owner and the co-owner has to agree to any transaction. Or if the co-owner is not there to sign or execute the documents, then the co-owner should give a power of attorney to the owner that the owner has the right to execute it on his or her behalf as well. Now, so if the owner and co-owner are named in the title documents, means either sale deed or lease deed, then it should be both of them have to consent for any transaction.
Right, sir. This completion certificate also. Completion certificate. Can you hear me?
Not very clear, I'm sorry.
Completion certificate.
Yeah, completion certificate.
We spoke about completion certificate. Nikhil from Delhi is asking, what details should I check in a completion certificate? Can completion certificate vary from location to location?
See, completion certificate, I would say even location to location, in the nutshell, it will say that, see, what is completion certificate? We need to understand that first. Completion certificates, you get your building plans approved. Okay, so building plans are approved by the local authorities. So once the building is complete, those local authorities will come and inspect that, okay, this has been constructed as per the building plans. So therefore, now it is complete. So that is the completion certificate. So whatever may be the wording from authority to authority, from state to state, but this is in the nutshell what it will say, that this has been constructed as per the building plans.
Right. Very from he says it. A title simply means the owner has a full legal right to the property.
Yeah, that is
what check that before purchasing the property.
Sorry, how can we?
How can we check that before purchasing the property? How can we check title
search? Okay, for that you need to visit the sub-registrar office where that title document has been registered. So from the sub-registrar office you can see that who are the owners and of that property. So you can check it at sub-registrar office.
Sir, there is a query from he wants to know the difference between leasehold property and full property, and how does it affect the owner?
Okay, see, a leasehold property and a freehold. A freehold property, first of all, is complete ownership. So you can do whatever you want with the property. So you can sell it without any permission. You can lease it, or you can do whatever you want. A leasehold property is that you have been given the ownership in the property for a certain period of time. Generally, if you see like Noida lease deeds, it's for 90 years. So, but after 90 years, you will have to vacate the property.
Okay.
And again, you will see that in all the leasehold properties, you will see a clause which says that you can't further sublease it without taking the permission of that authority. So, like in Noida, so before you transfer that, in Noida, if anyone wishes to transfer his property to someone else, they will have to first take a permission from Noida authority, pay a fee to that extent, and then only the property will be transferred, which is not in the case of freehold property, which is a complete ownership.
Okay. I would also the resale property. What are the documents to verify purchasing a resale property?
Purchasing a leasehold property. Resale property.
Yeah, if the bank loan is sanctioned, does it mean that the property is having
Sorry, if the bank loan has been sanctioned?
Yeah, does it mean that the property is having no legal problem?
See, prima facie, yes. Means a bank, whenever they sanction a loan, they do a complete due diligence. In fact, you will see in many cases, a lot of people take a portion of the amount as loan just because the bank will do a thorough due diligence. So yeah, that is prima facie true. But still, means even if the bank has done their part, we as lawyer would always suggest that you should do your own due diligence on that property. So it's better to have your own take on the things.
Right. The query from is asking what is the buyer agreement? If I'm buying from a builder, will I have to comply with the conditions in the agreement suggested?
Okay, see, buyer-seller agreement is generally when the building is still in the construction stage. So while it's still in the construction stage, you can't have a sale deed. So generally it's a allotment letter, or sometimes it's called buyer-seller agreement. So yeah, it's an agreement. It's a for consideration. So certainly whatever is written there is binding between both the parties. So you will have to comply. Likewise, the builder also have to comply with whatever conditions are there.
We spoke about owner registration here. So the person has what terms and conditions should be there to avoid legal dispute with the other.
See, that's what means. To avoid any dispute, you should just insist that the co-owner, if the co-owner is not executing the documents, the transaction documents, you should insist on the owner that you please obtain a power of attorney from the co-owner, which clearly mandates that, okay, owner has all the right to enter into this transaction. So that power of attorney from the co-owner would be a sufficient proof for you to safely enter into this transaction.
Right. This query from Vijay. He's asking what is the valid documentation one puts one needs to consider when one house on rent in the city.
Means one takes a house on rent or one puts
no house on rent. Who has to pay for documentation? He wants to know what documentation he requires and what to consider when I have a property on rent and who has to pay for the documentation.
Okay, see, if you are taking giving a property on the rent, the only thing probably which you need to inquire is the antecedents of the tenant. Means police verification is a must in many states now. So you should do a police verification. You should keep the PAN of that person and one ID proof, an address proof. So these are the things. And the legal documentation, as in, see, if it's a lease for more than a year, then it has to be registered. Now that I would say that mostly lessee takes that cost, the stamp duty and registration cost. But in many cases, you will also find 50-50. But it's never that the owner would take the total cost of stamp duty and registration. It's either lessee or maximum 50-50.
So it's mutually decided.
Sorry?
Mutually decided.
Yeah, it's mutually decided. There's no law as such on that. That is according to your contract.
Right. So we are just in a session. We close the session. I try to conclude the session by giving to the consumer that what can actually make them stay away from getting into legal property.
Sorry, I didn't get you, Neha.
I'm actually in the session now. I would like you to conclude the session by the consumer advice.
Okay. So, see, if you want to avoid a legal hassle later on, as we initially discussed, that there are few things which you need to check, like the title of the property, which is the first and foremost. Yes, the title of the property should be proper. When you are buying it, you should be sure that the person who is selling you is the actual owner of that property. So that is one. Then, if it's a builder property, then you need to ensure that the building plans have been approved, the completion certificate has been issued, and then the antecedents of the builder. So these are the things which will avoid any legal action or any legal hassle later on. First, I will again say that it is very important. Before you purchase the property, ensure that the person who is purchasing it is the owner. So that would be my advice.
Thank you for coming we asked a lot of queries. The ones which have not been answered in the session, they would like to take with you off the record. Over to you.
Thanks, Dan.
I'm very thankful to the speaker for participating in the Hangout session. It was indeed a session. Also have follow-up for making the Hangout a great success. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, it was a pleasure. Bye.